I'm a former admissions officer from Columbia University. And I remember the first time I got to Columbia and I was asked to read an application. And I spent about 45 minutes reading the application. And afterward, I was speaking to my supervisor and she said, "Oh, this is a really great job. We really enjoyed what you had to say about the student, but now try doing that in 10 minutes. Admissions officers are spending an incredible amount of time trying to understand students, trying to understand what makes students special, and using a lot of the entire application to see it as one cohesive and coherent story. Imagine if it was almost one story, because that's the way admissions officers are reading it. And so in 10 minutes, I got to the place where I would be able to find out what made students unique, what made students interesting, what their passions were, what made them special. And that's something that I think I've also taken now in terms of what I'm able to do now is trying to help students think about that process. And to raise the stakes a little bit, the student applied a couple years ago to Stanford University, and they have this really nice chart on their website. It says if you scored an 800 on the SAT math section, only 12% of students would be admitted. And that means 88% of students are not being admitted with perfect scores on their math section. It means you can be the best student, who do fantastic with these grades, but you're not being admitted. And the reason is schools aren't admitting test scores. They're trying to admit interesting personalities that will contribute and add something to the campus culture. It means the student must understand the school, what makes that school special compared to other schools. So applying to Stanford versus Harvard versus Columbia versus Wesleyan University, you have to have specific and clear reasons for why you'd like to attend each school. So throughout the entire application process, especially when I work with students, is I'm trying to help them do the one thing that they need to do well in the admissions process. Namely, they have to become smarter. Smarter about the way they approach the admissions process, smarter about their entire life. It means figuring out the fact that you have a limited time. So if you have limited time, what will you prioritize? But at the end of the process, by the time you submit your applications, you have to be smarter. You have to be more reflective, evaluative, more introspective. You have to be able to find out what is deeply unique at your core and figure out a way to communicate that over the course of an application process. Because that's what the admissions process asks of you. That's what you need to be able to accomplish over the course of the next few months. And that's one thing where I think DUS is here to provide a unique opportunity to be able to maximize your chances in the admissions process. We call it the DUS Scholars Program. It's a program for students to be able to work with me specifically, free of charge, to be able to have all the information I can offer as a former admissions officer, as a dedicated educator, and also as someone who's been able to develop a concrete way to make you smarter. And I hope to let you know more about the DUS Scholars Program, as well as a lot more about DUS through the course of the next few videos.